Just another random spur of the moment video. Felt like I needed to touch base. So much has been happening. I mentioned last video that I was kind of getting burnt out. Maybe everybody else is because there's like all-time low views on the channel. Surely a big part of that is my fault. I'm not meeting the volume of videos to hit any algorithm or search engine optimization. So, yeah, I should probably point the finger at myself, but chicken or the egg, I guess. But there's a lot happening. Trump coins, the meme coins have probably been talked to death. If if you haven't heard about the meme coins that he's launched, then I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you should probably get out there and watch more channels than this one. It really affected the markets, and I think this is kind of a very palpable pivot for everyone on multiple levels. For a president to launch a meme coin and drain liquidity out of every part of crypto. Um, there's a lot of positives and negatives to think about it, and just to make the strongest case that I've heard for each like what is the overall positive? It's like net positive or net negative. Like maybe the best argument I've heard for net positive is that like regardless of whatever effect it has on the markets, now enforcement is going to be a thing of the past. It's going to be next to impossible to really bring down the hammer on a market that the sitting president of the United States has such a vested interest in. And that is one way of looking at it. The other way of looking at it is that for the average person who does not know what is happening in the markets and just throws money as a gamble at things, and I'm not throwing shade either, like it takes a lot of time and effort to really be in the know on a lot of things. And so a lot of people, they just, oh, what are you buying? Okay, I'll buy some of that too. And that's all of the thought that you put into something. Um, and maybe they know it's a gamble, and maybe they don't, but this is just what happens. This is just the reality of the markets that we live in. The running theory of the market is that you have to assume that every investor is a well-informed investor that operates logically. And I think that is maybe was true at one point, but is not the case anymore. Um, I'm going to go on in so many tangents, but so yeah, the biggest, strongest argument for a net negative that I've heard is that for the president of the United States to inevitably burn. I mean, even if it's a wildly successful project, there's still going to be, in the most successful projects, there are going to be people that lose money. And it is not just like, does this go up? Because people will lose money when there are, it's things go stochastically. It's not straight line up. People will buy and sell at the wrong times, and you can still lose money when it just keeps going up. I've said it before. If you if you make the right call, but with the wrong timing, you're still wrong. So sure, you might have bought the right asset, but if you bought and sold at the wrong times, then you can still lose all of your money. Um, Again, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence. This is not financial advice. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Um, you know, I I feel just I don't when I'm looking at it from my vantage point, I'm a little bit concerned about like the way it's playing out. I just feel like a lot of money is probably going to leave the crypto space, and it might not ever. Well, it might not come back from a retail perspective, which is what really drives the FOMO. Maybe we're on a different cycle, maybe we're just on a different plane of existence now. history never repeats itself. Maybe it rhymes, but it is so hard and so frothy to figure out what's going on and what the next steps in the markets are going to be right now. My general sentiment is still bullish because we are at the start of this presidency, which is has laid out a very fundamental like America number one crypto. And like anything else, if it sounds good, but if it's subject to okay, this is going to last for 4 years, and then who knows what's after that? Um, sure, maybe we do draw in a lot of crypto enthusiasm, and a lot of people start or even move businesses to America. But if at the other end of that 4 years is, they say the pendulum swings both ways. So, we had Gary Gensler, and now we have Trump. Maybe it swings back and even harder. Is there somebody worse than Gary Gensler out there? Who knows? Maybe. Is he going to be able to rise to power? Who knows? I don't know. But that's the thing is, if it's still uncertain. I think the thing to be said is that if people get really established and dug in that 4 years, it might be harder to swing the other way. I don't know. Yeah, I just kind of always expect that other shoe to drop because it seems like we should be really bullishly positioned. But at the same time, like things like this is a really, if I didn't know any better, I'd say like this felt like really toppy. I don't think we're at the top. Um, Maybe we're at the um, like fake out. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know where we are. I really don't. Bitcoin's doing pretty well. Altcoins are not, which is very surprising. I really expected Bitcoin dominance to be dropping. Everybody, I think, did. Everybody expected altcoin season to blossom. My biggest position, Cronos, there seems to be fundamentally nothing but good news. Fundamentally, the roadmap, Chris Marsalak's seeming proximity to Trump, all of like just time after like approvals for regulations in different countries and markets, and things that just seem any one of which would be overwhelmingly bullish. It's like the saying is like you can tell when you're in a bull market or bear market because like if you're in a bear market, no amount of good news makes your price pump. And if in your bull market, no amount of like bad news or seemingly bearish FUD is going to make the price be suppressed. And every sign points to us being at the start of, or the continuance of what should be like the peak season of bull run territory. And just like good news, good news, good news, and no real price appreciation. I mean, like Crow specifically is not even at like a good middle territory. It's at like relatively low levels for if we're, I'm rambling now. I just like I'm echoing a lot of people who are very frustrated with Crow, even though, like, at the bottom of your soul, you feel like it is just, you can't abandon a project. As soon as you step off the ship is when it skyrockets, right? And it's not like I don't really plan on doing that right now. I'm venting. I'm frustrated. Everybody else is frustrated. I kind of need these crow bags to go to the moon just to breathe a little bit because I've been so heavily exposed and leveraged for so long. And again, it's like if you're right on if you're right on the idea but wrong on the timing, it can be very painful. And boy howdy, I think I've been wrong on this timing. Um, I know I've been wrong on this timing. I've so little left in the tank. I let me know what your guys' positions are. Are you like happy, positioned perfectly? You just couldn't be happier, just like sitting like warm and snug in this, weird market situation. I don't know. I will say this too. It does seem I haven't heard much World War III talk lately. Like there's been peace talk negotiations off the table, on the table, fell through, going through, whatever. Um, maybe that's always still there. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's so imminent right now. So maybe that's some good news. I don't know. There's a lot of like the known unknowns, the unknown unknowns, the known knowns, the things that we all don't merry-go-round know. I don't know. Yeah, again, just wanted to put this quick thoughts out there. I'm exhausted and I'm just ready. Like I don't know why, but I'm just ready for the people run. I want to lock in some profits, pay the things I need to pay, my bills, my taxes, all that stuff, and then just watch markets crumble and be positioned well enough to like increase my bags comfortably and maybe learn my lesson and not like over leverage myself so hardcore next time because there is something to be said about like living by your conviction and doing what you think um, makes sense, but there's also just like responsible position sizing, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. So